Hey everybody, and welcome to Talk Daily. Glad you can make it on the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the 2022 Audi S8. This is a review done by Car and Driver and Motor Trend. So I'm going to have two articles and I'll give both credit. So we're starting with Car and Driver, and it's Eric Stafford. And Motor Trend is by Bill Rehbuck. Sorry for sliding the names. So what's the story? Audi S8 is a fantastic vehicle, and they're basically talking about the vehicle having, they don't like the fact it's not as sporty. So that's basically the conclusion of the whole story. Kind of summarize it for you. It's a little bit cheaper than the Mercedes and the 7 Series, and they're saying, well, the 7 Series BMW, and they're saying that the vehicle is kind of fun and sporty if you get the sport version of it. The cost, the S8, that's a more sporty version. So they're saying 2022 S8 is actually best enjoyed from the back seat. The well-heeled. I mean, they're just basically making stupid comments and basically saying that the car is very comfortable in the rear. You can sit in the back; it's very comfortable. You can pay how much was it? Like $6,000 extra, $5,000 extra, maybe $6,000, and you can get that very, basically like the Mercedes Maybach kind of thing. You substitute the whole back seat. How it looks like a couch. You substitute the whole that, and you have two seats, kind of like a first class seat on an airplane. And I believe that cost is something like they tell you somewhere right here, $5,900. It's called the rear seat comfort, and it's not available on the regular A8. Remember, this is the S8, so don't get it confused. It's the S8 and there's an A8. The S8, that's the one that has a V8, has a lot of power. I'll show you right here. The horsepower is 563 horsepower, 6,000 RPM, and 590 foot-pound of torque at 2,050 RPM. I like the fact I put 50. Those are the things when I'm like, okay, 2,000 RPM, bro. Come on, 2,050. Your tach doesn't read in 50, so I don't know where I get that from. I guess maybe it's a digital tach. Anyway, long story short, it's basically wider, it's bigger. They're complaining a little bit about the handling, but it has rear-wheel steering. So I'll show you pictures because these kind of cars are just meant to be looked at. So there it is. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. Look at the interior. Again, it's very sleek. I like it. They're saying they had a vents in the back that could kind of disappear. I don't know the word disappear. I think they just get out of your way. I'll show you those vents for the rear seat. Again, looks like Audi. If you don't know, this format kind of started. BMW is the one who really invented that, right? It's the same car, just looks the same on the inside. It's just bigger, bigger, bigger. Audi is, a lot of companies started doing that, right? They kind of give you the exact same look, and just pass it down. Audi, to me, it just looks pretty. Looks clean, chic, elegant. I can't really fault it. Again, the car looks, elegant, chic. Doesn't stand out. I mean, you don't have weird caliper paint or anything. It just looks a nice car. Look at the back seat. Look how much space you have. It's beautiful. And here's the front of the vehicle, the headlights. Okay, so let's look at the interior. Again, that's kind of dark. I don't know why they're taking picture with that much shade, but I guess the red button right here to give you an idea of the S. I don't know. They're kind of pointing out a little carbon fiber stuff. I personally let you know my opinion. My opinion is a big car is not a sporty car. Done. That's the end of that. You don't buy this car and you want to go in the canyons and cut curves. It doesn't make any sense to me. But if you want to do it, hey, the car could do it. Absolutely, the car is capable. But it's physics, bro. A lot of the physics do apply to any vehicle. But it's capable of doing. That's a V8. Let's go a little bit further and let's try to. I want to get a picture of the back seat because I've taken so many random pictures. Here's the instrument cluster. Yeah, there you go. So every one is 1,000 RPM. So the 50 has to be idling in the middle. So I'm saying 2,050 up here. That's when you have peak torque. Okay, cool. Again, let's look at the back seat. So this one doesn't have that option. It's supposed to have that. This doesn't have the option. You're supposed to have only 2 seats because I see the other. This is for 3-row. This is not the one with the option I mentioned. I was looking for that. I was hoping to find that picture, but they don't have it. Again, the pictures. They're not doing a good job with the pictures. They're all dark and they all look the same. Okay. Well, again, unfortunately, they don't have a picture of those seats, which I wanted to show you. But again, I think the instrument panel is adequate. Nothing. I don't find it to be extremely amazing. So I can understand the fact that they're not being too hyped up about it, but it's very comfortable. It's a very comfortable car, and I like it. If you don't want to have the Mercedes, if you're tired of the Benz, if you're tired of, I don't know, you can be tired of a Benz, but if 7 Series or a Benz, well, that's your second best option. It goes like stink. It's fast. It's comfortable. And it doesn't stand out. And it's not cheap. So don't think you're getting a cheap car. This car is not cheap. They did lower the price. It's 1,000. Excuse me. 1,000. 118,995. So let's just call it 119,000. They did lower the price a little bit. So it's saying that's true that the A8 offers many of the same features as the S8 at a lower price at 87,595, but it only comes with a V6. So they're letting you know that, you know what, you're spending all that money already. You're already spending $90,000. Why don't you spend another 40 on the V8? Again, the V8 just comes with more features. So this would be the S8. Would I recommend this car? Lease it. I won't buy it. I would lease it. Yeah, sure, whatever. I mean, if you're doing lease, the difference between 90,000 and 140,000 would not be as much. Always my advice for all these vehicles is to lease them. They're comfortable, they're great, but you don't want to repair them. Okay, as long as the warranty is still active, enjoy it. Once the warranty is about to go expire, return it to the dealership and get the newest one. If you're looking for the car that handles great and drives great, don't get an S8. It doesn't make any sense, okay? It definitely rides well because it has the same technology as a Mercedes-Benz. They have something called, what is it? Okay, it's for the $6,000. It has, I'm going to read it straight from here. It says, seemingly magic handling can be attributed to its standard, let me find it right here. Attributed to its standard adaptive air spring and a $6,000 predictive active suspension. The latter, this predictive active suspension, uses electromechanical actuators that control body motion and lean while the car comes into corners like a motorcycle rider does, much like Mercedes-Benz active body control. I did make a video about that in the Maybach, and I think something amazing. It's basically like sensors in the front. They're able to predict, okay, there's a pothole, there's a lean, the ground is uneven, and it will basically adjust the car accordingly, get the car ready for the turn. And that is just the reason I think that way, because if you are into car modifying or the whole car culture, because I grew up with the whole thing and modifying my car and whatnot, and you see stuff like this on a car like that, and a car like this can go on autocross and do amazing because it has all this technology where our cars we have to adjust the spring height and adjust the dampening and our shock. I just find that to be so old, like Stone Age. Like we're flying biplanes and this thing is a freaking jet fighter, modern jet fighter. So all this technology is what goes into the car and make it handle well. And it gives you that feeling, gives you that feedback, gives you that confidence to go into the turn, and gives you also the comfort, which is amazing. So literally because of that, I cannot fault this vehicle. And now as far as, you get the same benefit as an S-Class, with just a little bit cheaper. You can still get a V8, you get all-wheel drive. And again, the all-wheel drive on these vehicles, don't think these cars are like the same all-wheel drive you get on a rally car or, dedicated all-wheel drive, okay? Their all-wheel drive is there to get you through low traction condition, right? It's a little bit slippery. I don't want to use it snow that much because it doesn't matter. You have all-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, snow, but ice and snow. But gravel, dirt, wet, this should help a lot. But I really cannot fault this vehicle. I think it's a pretty car. Let me know what you think. Again, I'm not a really big fan of Audi interior. It's just because I cannot fault it. It's pretty, but it's not exciting. It's not like, wow, I want to be here. You look at the seats. I understand this is not the car for a race car, but looking at it, they look comfortable, they look sporty, but it just looks, again, if it looks great if you want to be low-key, it looks great if you don't want to attract a lot of attention. It still have all the features, the cabin dims and lights and give you that vibe inside of the cabin, which is fantastic. So all in all, it's a car that doesn't get a lot of love. It should get a lot of love. It's goes under the radar. It really flies under the radar, and it's capable. It's fast. 0-60 in 3.2 seconds. That's a fast car. Do you know how heavy the thing weighs? Let me give you the curb weight. 5,250 pounds. This thing is heavy. It's like a Model Y. It's heavy. It's a heavy car, but it goes like sting in 3.2 seconds. Quarter mile, 11.6. And the top speed, 155. It's not 155. I'm pretty sure that car can do 200 miles an hour. It's just electronically governed at 155, so it just stops. The combined fuel mileage, 17, 14, 23. So that's 70 mile per gallon. Okay, 23 on the highway, 14 on the city, 17 combined. I cannot fault it. 8-speed automatic, starting price at 100 to 119,000. Let's call it 120,000. That thing is a great car. It says 4 or 5 passenger because the option I told you about the back seat, but the picture here doesn't show it. You can get the back seat in that format. Again, let me know what you think. If you like this car, if you like the Audi, if you're a big fan of it or you're not. This is the Audi S8, the 2022. As always, let me know what you think in the comments below. I kind of told you my opinion. I think these cars they're great if you already experienced a Mercedes, you already experienced a 7 Series, or you just want something different. You don't want to have something that everyone else has, but you still want the speed, you want the handling, you still want the V8, you want to have the sound of the V8. And yeah, again, you have the option of being driven by it or somebody driving you, because if you want someone to drive you can have that option, $6,000 option, and you could get the amazing seat in the back. So you have the best of both worlds. Again, this is the Audi S8. Let me know what you think. And as always, thank you for watching, and thank you everybody for subscribing and liking. I really appreciate it. As always, be safe out there, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.